tell you something.
I done heard a lot of different
I don't
views.
have to.
I just want to hear.
Okay,
Like,
no.
Am I in it?
Because in my relationship, would
5 hours.
nobody ever really know? Because there's always 3 sides to the story, right? So it doesn't matter what I say that happened in my relationship. Just know I done had a relationship. And I done had a relationship. So out of the relationships that I done had, it was something different. Each relationship. So I've already known. And I've learned everything. See, what you men don't know as from a thought from this woman. I don't know about any other woman.
No, I feel you.
You know, y'all teaches us to be better at what y'all do.
What?
Kind of for real, yeah, for real.
Yeah, they teach us how to be better at what they do.
Yeah.
You ain't understand the first time shit. You ain't.
See, so that's what I'm talking about. So the last relationship, that was something altogether different. You know, I learned what a narcissist is. In a relationship, because I've dealt with a narcissist. So another narcissist,
you ain't gonna go through that again.
That's too.
I'd rather go
Depending
home.
on the nature of how you get a woman or how a woman get a man, it'd be the same thing that they think about when things start getting really rocky in the relationship.
Hold on, but
I'm good off that.
Like my eyebrows.
Oh yeah, they on.
They moving.
Up and down.
No windshield wipers. My cousin know how to do it. They be like real fast, like windshield wipers. I'll be like,
that's crazy.
I need that name.
What his name was?
My name Blockhead. My mama gave me that name when I was young. I don't know why.
Blockhead. Okay,
But
I
they
can
say I got a
understand
blockhead.
We used to call
Blockhead.
him Be Easy.
Yeah, they used to call me Be Easy in Review. I got a lot of different names used to go by.
Be. What's up, everybody?
What up?
So we're gonna change the name to the podcast.
Yes.
Let's be real with DNA,
With DNA.
because ain't nothing realer than that DNA.
The DNA. That's what it's up.
So let's see. I got a couple of topics to talk about. We just had a full-on conversation with my bro. I'm gonna go through that clips and see what I can put in there, because he probably gonna change his mind after 2 weeks or something.
Right. Be like, oh, cool. You could have put me. Like, right. So that'd be some good footage, though. Yeah. From the beginning.
Let me see.
So today is.
So let's see. Let's start off with some. This is the only question I got on this phone. I got to pull up my other phone. But what are the red flags, and do we ignore them?
Like the red flag of what? You gotta, like, you know.
When you talking to somebody, what is some red flags that'd be like, okay, I don't know about this nigga. And then you stop talking to him. All right, so we're going, dog, this is going to be one of those big ones. So, okay, the red flags of a nigga that you talking to that make you not want to talk to him no more. And then what are the red flags that you see in somebody, but you end up in a relationship and you ignore those red flags? Boom.
Yeah, now that's kind of really like crazy, because first of all, I think, in my opinion about the question right quick, I just want to put my little 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 cents in there, okay? When the red flag come about, you know, when you notice, and only you gonna know when it's a red flag, when you're talking to somebody or you trying to get to know somebody, you're gonna know a red flag. But one thing about it, if you don't recognize it, only because you haven't seen it before, okay? Right. Now, if you recognize it, you're gonna know where the red flag hits.
Because some people can show you their red flags immediately, or it'll take them a while to let that shit show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I've always heard growing up, and I heard my mom tell me that you don't really know somebody until you actually live with them. You know, so I guess living with them and getting to know them is kind of quite the same, because in order for you to get to know them, you got to be around them. Right. You know,
24/7,
24/7, you know, or at least 12 hours out of each day. You know what I'm saying? Every day. You know, because now my opinion about dating, you know, and having the experience on dating sites, man, being single, first of all, it's good. It's very soothing, especially when you done been in rocky relationships, you know, and you don't get tired. You get to a certain point, you know, a certain age, you know, everybody got their own, you know, time or when they can realize shit, when shit is just keep going the same way, you know what I'm saying? But then you know the difference now. You know slight of an experience.
Then as you get older, after so many relationships, it's like you learn so many lessons that you, when you get to a certain age, it's like, and if you want to be in a relationship, you know what you want out of a relationship.
Right, after.
Because at first, when you was dating and stuff like that, you didn't really know what you want. You knew you wanted a relationship, but you didn't know how you want that shit. And
you
people
didn't know
will show
until...
you what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because they showing you what you don't want. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So you just got to be able to make sure you're that type of girl though that can be able to pick up on your different relationships. Because I'm telling you, my upbringing up to what I'm going through now, I done seen women get their ass whooped and be like, oh, love him, he love me, we just going through our spaz and this, but y'all just tried to kill each other and run into each other vehicles, in front of your house on your block. Like what? What in the hell would possess anybody to say that's love?
Hey, I can't remember who the fuck this was. It was some nigga. He married her after this happened, I guess, I think, but she shot this nigga. This nigga was walking around, he with a cane and shit. I seen this nigga at a bar and shit. They had like a patio outside and he was talking about that shit, like how crazy they is and shit like that. And I'm like, you still with her? And he said, yeah, I love her. And the nigga she got you walking with a motherfucking cane. She shot your ass in the leg.
And she did it on purpose.
Yeah, she meant to do that shit.
Oh, no, dog.
I forgot what he said, what happened.
Absolutely
so
not. That's a red flag.
Like
That's definitely a red flag. You know what I'm saying? How can you call that love when somebody deliberately take a gun, a pistol, a rifle, whatever, and shoot at you and do it deliberately, and you're still with this person? Mm-hmm. That's a red flag. And that also calls that
wrapped in the head too tight.
Man, that's man. If people would stop desperately, seeking love in all the wrong places, then things like that wouldn't occur. But at the same time, one better, you got to go through your experiences. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna go through your experiences in order to learn? First of all, you can't learn from nobody else's mistake. You gotta learn from yours. And I can remember growing up as a teenager too. I told my mother that. I told my mother, I was like, I gotta learn from my own mistakes. And she'll look at me and she's like, okay then, all right, well, you do that, because I'm tired of talking to you. I'm tired of trying to teach you. You want to learn, do it. So that's the route that I took. And then not only that, but to carry on some little bittersweet things that have happened and occurred in my life up to that point. All
right, so red flags with because I know I didn't see red flags in my relationship after I didn't fucking what you call them. There's been so many of them and I ignored all of them, but I would talk about a past relationship where red flags was like, okay, I gotta stop talking to this nigga that I was ignoring and shit.
You got those that'll make you run, block them, and make sure you meet up with them somewhere and not bring them home.
Girl, I was dating this one nigga. He was so insecure and after I fell in love with him, we in a relationship and all that stuff like that, just was on some other shit, like what the fuck. And I don't know if I seen the red flags, a couple of red flags, but it didn't stop me from talking to him because I was the type of person where I ain't gonna be judgmental. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't gotta be judgmental. Sometimes God give you the sign for you to pick up on it. You know if he give you that sign and you decide to still go against that sign, then that's on you.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So this is seeing the red flags, but still talking to that person afterwards.
Man, please don't ignore the red flags.
But when we broke up, and then I'm like 6 months that went past, and then we got back together. We was not together that long, so I was like, dog, you making me remember all the reasons why, like, we broke up in the first place.
Right, hi.
And I didn't want to be with that nigga no more. So I was like, he got to go. Because I remember, dog, I had a neighbor, right? Say that's the fucking house or whatever, the neighbor house. And the nigga lived there. He had a fucking old school in front of his house. A fucking, he had old school in front of his house. He had a BMW drop top with sounds. He had another car, da da da. And he always used to say something or whatever like that. So one day, we pull up and he coming out. We in the car, nigga, with my mama. I don't know why the fuck my mama said this shit. She gonna say, "There go your mans." I'm like, child, why the fuck you say that? And he looked at me, I looked at him. I had to hear that shit. He talking about something, yeah, da da da. You talking to the nigga, da da da. I'm like, dog, I don't even know that nigga name. He's like, I'm about to go over there and fucking question that nigga, da da da. And if he say something smart to me and this and that and the other, I was like, I'll say something smart to your ass too. Because if a random bitch that I ain't know came up to me with her nigga and told me, do I talk to her nigga and I don't know her nigga or I don't know that bitch, I'm gonna get that bitch attitude. You know what right,
because something ain't
so
right
if you
here.
gonna walk up to him talking about, if he talking to me and he don't know my name and I don't know his name and he don't know your ass and you walking up to him asking him some dumb ass question, he probably is gonna look at you like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my face type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, he used to be on some crazy shit. Like, nigga, you trying to start shit on the block and on the neighborhood for no reason. He my neighbor and we've been living here for almost a year and I don't even know this nigga name. I ain't even say hi to the motherfucker.
I'm just saying, man, it's just crazy. But you know, you could be around people and y'all could get along around that time. You know what I'm saying? This is at the beginning of the meet, not acquaintance. You know, I don't care, right. Homegirl, whatever. You know, just somebody you figure, you know, that would be your homegirl. Because at the time, you know, things was a little tight with me. I was going through a little something, moving here and there, and started to, you know, pay for a room and board in her house. You know what I'm saying? Because we were tight.
We gonna get on to the friendship topic.
Yeah.
All right. If you can men tell if you get a cat away? Do you think that? I don't know.
Yes and no, and I'm just going.
I think it depends.
Yes and no.
If the nigga that you done stepped out with is bigger than your nigga, then I think he gonna tell.
Okay, so
but if he's smaller than your nigga, he probably ain't gonna tell. And it depends on how often you and your nigga getting it in too. Right.
That too. You know what? Because you do have a different. You know, when you with somebody, y'all tend to get a certain smell. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I could get down, you know, my man, and I can smell, and I know that's me. You know what I'm saying? I know that's my shit right there. But and you'll know too if he's done something. You know, sometimes men can tell, but then sometimes they can't. You know. And I'm only saying that because I know I did what I did after it happened to me first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like if I cheated,
I can tell.
If I cheated,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I could tell the difference if I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because that happened to me before, where I was talking to. Well, we was broken up, but
girl,
I was messing with him or whatever like that. But I still had another nigga or something like that. But after I did it with the other nigga, and then started fucking around with my old nigga, well, me and him was doing it, I could feel the difference. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that the other nigga was bigger than him or nothing like that. I just felt the difference, but that was a long time ago though.
Yeah, but still, I just know from some experiences that sometimes it depends. It depends on It depends on the size, everything, the person. You know, it depends. Like
it depends.
The first time I cheated is when I got cheated on, and just to put it like that, just to be going out cheating when I got somebody, no. And it was really hard as fuck for me to even do it when I did it. You know.
Do it when you did it.
Do it when I did it. Exactly.
All right, we're gonna go to friendships. All right.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes. Yeah, I know somebody like that, man. You know, she used to do some things, you know, for me. When I met her, first of all, I met her through somebody else. So after time went on, you know, we all became, you know, like the three amigos, sort of speak. You know what I'm saying? Sort of speak. Because who I met,
Three Musketeers.
this person, yeah, like the Three Musketeers, is, you know, shit. I don't know, the three rainbows of, I don't know, shit, like, whatever. But, yeah. So you know, we would go hang out. You know, if she got gas, you know, I'll go ahead and give her a couple of dollars on gas. She going in a liquor store, she getting something, you know, I'm putting in. If I'm not buying my own bottle, I'm putting in, you know, type. And then when I didn't have something to put in, then she was like, okay, I got you, you know, which I done, you know how we doing shit, right? Well, this is how I thought things was with her and I. You know, with friends, they just like men. You know, when you meeting somebody, you got to really know them before you can say they a friend.
Hold on, and then let me say this too. Then when you do meet somebody, it can either go both ways. You can meet somebody and not really click with them or something like that, but after being around with them, you be like, you can kind of like them because like you're like, oh, now I'm getting to know you. Or you can meet somebody and be like, oh, they're cool, and then be hanging out with them, and then you start seeing like, well, I don't really like her like that, you know what I'm saying, type shit. It is definitely just like a friendship is definitely like a relationship, it should be treated that way too.
And exactly. But you know what, my experience is that I know that everybody is not 100. Everybody is not truthfully royal, you know what I'm saying. They pretend to be royal, you know. I
said royal.
Loyal.
Okay, I'm about to say
right. My bad, but loyal, right? So you can show loyalty to somebody and hoping that they're gonna reciprocate your loyalty that you're giving to them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get reciprocated back in what you're giving out. And you'll know at that point, you know. I mean, I went through so much with her and her husband, her and her boyfriend. I mean, wow, man, that shit tripped me the fuck out, yo. Then I come up with some kind of idea on a business somewhere to be able to make some little money. She wants to come over, you know, and so I can do hers, you know. And then when I tell her what I'm doing and that what I'm charging, she told me, yeah, she took my idea and did it her way.
That shit happened to me so many times.
Oh my God, it's like
we was talking about that shit too on the phone, like shit. You gotta stop telling people what you gonna do with your next move because it's already your idea and planning in your head, but you probably just don't have the time or the resources to do it right then and there. But that's something that you plan on wanting to do it. But you didn't already just talk too damn much, telling or your people who you fucking hang around with, and they end up doing the shit that you want to do. So now it look like when you do it that you done it because of them.
Because of them. Yep. Exactly. I was in that situation with the same couple I'm talking about. And that shit right there, man, I had to just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? We got into it too many times, yo. And I mean, when you start coming on people's jobs and shit, trying to express yourself and shit, you know what I'm saying? I think that is so disrespectful. I think that shows the ghetto, a thought nation move. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
I ain't never had no crazy
oh my
shit
God,
like that.
she came up to my job, yo. Like this shit was tripping me out to the point.
You told me about it.
I kind of felt like, damn, if I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, like if I'm gonna be called a bitch because I wanted to make sure, you know, if I had went up there and shit, just know I already peeped the scene in my mind how it was gonna go if I had walked out there when they came back there to tell me somebody was out there for me. I had to describe the person. I said, nope. I'm not. Tell them I'm not here. Tell them no. And I told the person that came to me, the co-worker that came to me, I was like, no, because she up here to cause trouble, and she'll be the one go to jail, because you know, because she's up at my job. She came to my job, public place or not. You came up there and did what you did at my job. You knew that's where I work, and to take a phone call to call Taylor. You know, them boys is up there really fast. So I said it would be a big scene. I don't even want to do that. This is not the time or the place.
Like, yeah, friendships and stuff like that. And I just hate when people be weird and stuff. Like, when people be weird and just act weird out of no reason or something like that, that shit just be like,
man,
like, why? Like, what the fuck did I do to you? It didn't explain what the fuck you did to me. Like, we fucking, or what I did to you that made you feel some type of way. Because we all fucking grown.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, that shit don't make no sense. And I've been there, you know, and when you could be somebody's shoulder to cry all the time, every time you get a phone call, where you at? Oh, shit. I'm at home. You hear how I said it, right? Yeah, I'm at home. Like, damn. And then hang up, be like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same shit, different day. She disrespected me one time, yo, riding down the highway and shit. We was supposed to have a girls' day out and shit. I get my phone call, it came through my speaker and shit, because I got my damn phone connected to my motherfucking inside speaker. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my homeboy at the time was my homeboy called, right? And he want to talk shit, you know, I gotta...
Look, I'm gonna tell you this, because you didn't tell me about that situation or about that. How I feel, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion. How I feel is that the way she said it, she went about it a different way. But your ass do be on the phone for a fucking long time. So if I was hanging out with you or whatever like that, I'd be like, damn, Don, get your ass off the phone, because me and you hanging out.
Man, but if it's long distance,
she said it in a different way. That's what I'm saying. Or if I understand if you on the phone with your son or something like that.
Right, okay.
So I'd have been like, girl, we hanging out.
Okay. No, see, the whole thing when he called, it wasn't just him calling. You know what I'm saying? Remember that trip I was telling you when I took to Atlanta, right? Uh-huh. So, yeah, we was talking about music, doing tracks and everything. You know, he got me on a couple of his damn tracks that I made voice tracks from here, you know. But when I decided to go and visit him, when we came about, we was talking about everything that we were going to do when I got there. So he just calling to confirm it, because at this point, this is why we have a girls' day out, because I'm about to go ahead and take this trip to Atlanta, you know. But when he called, and after he stopped talking about business and went on to talking about doing his girl's hair, I was getting ready to get off the phone. But before I can get off the phone, I swear to you, at the point I was about to tell him, okay, well, she hollered out, damn, can you tell that motherfucker to call you back?
That's what I'm saying. The way she delivered it is probably what made you more matter about it. But
it pissed me off.
I understand if your ass was probably on the phone for a whole hour and me and you supposed to be chilling or something.
No, not ever. Don. No,
I'd look at you just like this, Don.
No, right. And that would not have been the time for it. I put it on everything. And when he started talking about, when he switched the conversation from business to his doing his daughter's hair, that was my call to say, okay, I'm about to get off the phone. And I'm telling you, at the peak of when he got on that shit, I'm about to tell him, okay, well, I'm going to have to call you back. Before I can get that shit out my mouth, she screamed, and she don't even know him, though, what make it so even bad. Like, bitch, I've been knowing him longer than I've been knowing you, first of all. And wait a minute, how the fuck you gonna tell me when to end my fucking conversation? We went from 2 exits to the 3rd exit when I came up. When me and him got on this phone. Okay? And when he switched it, we was coming up off the exit, because at that point, she had said something when we was coming up to the 3rd exit. She screamed out, and that's when the exit I came up on and pulled over to the side, like, wait the fuck a minute. Like, as much as I sit and hear you talk about you and your husband, what y'all going through and shit, bitch, you mean to tell me you couldn't sit through a damn 15-minute fucking phone call?
Can you still have friends, or can you still have feelings for someone while you in a relationship? I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna say no. How you gonna be in a relationship with somebody? If you're in a relationship with somebody, it's because you starting to like them, or you in the phase of that you love them or something like that. You're not just going to be in a relationship with somebody that you don't have strong feelings for, or that you're not falling for. You know what I'm saying? So, how you going to be in a relationship with somebody and still got feelings for somebody else? And I feel like if you do, then you shouldn't even be in a relationship with that person. You need to figure that if you can't be in a relationship with the person you got feelings for, then you need to wait until you no longer have feelings for them to get into another relationship, because that don't make any fucking sense.
Right. Nah, that's something too.
I feel like any time that person can turn around and be like, I want to be with you, you'll drop the person you're in a relationship for, but the person that you got feelings for. So that don't make no sense.
Well, I know, again, from experience, sometimes, and when I say experience, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just my experience. It could be somebody that I know that went through it, that I saw and knew, you know, that they were actually going through the experience. But it's still my experience. Okay, so from my experience with that, it depends on the person. I'm gonna say that, because you got people out here that just longing for love. You know what I'm saying? They can have 2-3 other boyfriends, but the next guy that come around and give any kind of eye contact, you know, it's another boyfriend potentially. You know what I'm saying? Where they gotta have multiple men, is what I'm saying. Even with men, some men have to have multiple women.
That ain't the question, Don.
Okay,
Or the answer to the question.
Why is not the answer to the question?
How can you be in a relationship and have feelings for somebody else? You talking about multiple people and shit like that? They ain't got nothing to do with it.
Because some people do have multiple feelings for different people, multiple people. It don't have to be. That's why I'm saying that. They can. I had a man that'll tell me he loved me, and then he'll go to the next one and tell her the same thing, and then when it come down to it, her and I done spoke, and we're saying what he done told each of one of us, and it's practically the same thing. And then when you ask him about it, he be like, well, I do. I got a certain love for you, and I got a certain love for her.
Oh, hell no.
What the fuck? What you mean? So why didn't you tell me you was gonna have multiple love for multiple motherfucking women? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a one-man woman right here, you know? And that's all I prefer my men to be.
I ain't fucking with no nigga. I'm like, no. Like, now I learned my lesson too. Fuck that.
Right, so
like,
you
nigga,
gotta...
do you got feelings for somebody else? How long have you not been in a relationship? Oh, only 3 months? Okay, well, I'll see you in 6 months. Because it need to be a year that you ain't been fucking around with this bitch. You're going back and forth with that hoe.
Okay, yeah, because they'll tell you in a minute, oh, I'm over her. I'm like, nigga, y'all just broke up how long? Exactly. You say 2 months? Like, no, how you just love this woman? How you just not gonna love this woman and y'all just broke up?
That just reminded me, the one YouTuber, she said that, nigga, she had gotten into a bad car accident. She was laid up in the hospital, and nigga that she used to fuck with back in the day came up there to see her. And while she laid up in the hospital, he like, oh, we was like, you so wild. He was like, just remember you being so beautiful. You so beautiful now. I still want to be with you and da da da. The bitch he was married to died 2 weeks ago. They just buried her 2 weeks ago. She was like, niggas ain't shit. She was like, how the fuck is you in here in my face trying to kick up with me and your bitch just died 2 weeks ago? You already on to trying to get on to the next bitch.
They don't care, man. They don't care. When I say they don't care, that's really grimy.
Like your bitch just passed away, bro.
Man, nah. How about a motherfucker woman had just went to jail and shit that day, and then the night before because I done fell asleep on that couch. You know, he think because I'm asleep. Yeah, I'm asleep on that couch.
You said what?
A homegirl of mine was really close to me. She ended up going to jail. She ended up going to jail that day, early part of that day. You know, some shit happened. Some shit happened, you know, and she went to jail. So anyway, yeah. So that night, her husband, not her boyfriend, but her husband, I'm on the couch asleep, and he come in there, and he's already trying to, you know, rub on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they weren't broke up. She just went to jail. I told that motherfucker, I said, you know what? I said, she ain't even been gone motherfucking 24 hours, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? What even made you think that I was gonna be okay with this shit? What you? And I said, as soon as she come home, I'm telling her. I'm telling her.
He gonna be trying to figure out how he gonna be like, babe, she lying, da da da.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, what makes a husband, or what makes a husband? What is husband material, and what makes a man a husband?
What makes a man a husband, and what makes a man a husband material?
Right. What makes a man husband material?
Somebody that will put you first. Somebody that will be passive about the things that you want, the things that you like.
That makes somebody that's a husband material to me. This nigga, he need to be a provider. Somebody that's gonna work and is gonna fucking pay bills. I'm not supposed to be taking care of no nigga.
Well, no,
they don't say that shit in the Bible.
No,
so
I'm not taking care of no nigga. That's all
now,
with that.
Helping, if a nigga fall off or something like that, so I'm happy with his job, so I'm happy with his money to be his other half, to help or something like that. That's what I'm there for.
Well, yeah.
But I'm not taking care of no nigga. Another thing that make a husband material shit, a nigga that ain't gonna fucking try to step out on me. for me or some shit like that. Don't get no fucking pussy and shit like that.
Right, well, that's
and somebody that I can talk to no matter what's going on, we should be able to fix that shit, because I feel like once we get married, I don't want to get no fucking divorce. There ain't no telling in this 2022 type shit.
You gotta be careful.
You hopping out already?
Girl, shit, you see this rain coming down.
She running. She ain't even trying to exit this stuff. How we gonna
look? I'm gonna get wet
out?
going to my car. Until the next
time with A&D, we got
DNA.
more shit, or with DNA, we gonna fucking have
We
more
back with-
questions. We
yes.
didn't even go through none of the questions, and I probably got about 30 minutes per
well, keep everybody
shit,
grasping
it's
for
fucking
more.
raining like motherfuckers.
Yes, it is. I got to go. Peace.
Peace to the Middle East.
Hey, to the Middle West. West side.
To the Middle Southwest.